This is the truth most men never hear. So pay close attention if you're a man over 60 and your energy levels crash before noon, your drive seems distant, and your performance has diminished. It's possible that the very vegetables you're not consuming are the main cause of your decline, rather than your age. With over 30 years of experience, I'm Dr. Isabel, a men's health specialist here at Longevity Labs. I help men like you reclaim their confidence, strength, and stamina without the use of drugs, tricks, or shame. I've observed what works and, more importantly, what doesn't. Today, I'll show you something most doctors don't mention: three common vegetables that have the power to boost your hormones, improve circulation, and restore the endurance you thought you'd lost. One of them boosts blood flow so much, some doctors call it nature's Viagra. Another naturally increases testosterone in the background. And the third gives your body the premium fuel it needs without causing exhaustion or blood sugar spikes. But to get the best results, you need to combine these vegetables strategically, morning, noon, and night. It's not just about what they are, but how you use them. You could start feeling younger, more robust, and more alive than you have in years, in just 7 days. So stay with me because after watching this video, you'll have a foundational daily routine to reclaim your power, not simply a list of foods to eat. Before we begin, if you're a man over 60 who is serious about boosting your energy and feeling strong once more, please subscribe and hit the bell. If this message resonates with you, please put a 1 in the comment section. If not, enter 0 so I can continue improving this content for you. Let's start with circulation, which is the cornerstone of all male vigor after 60. Because without robust blood flow, energy, confidence, and definitely performance are all compromised. And there's a single vegetable that can revitalize your circulation like a switch. Most men ignore it, but if you use it correctly, you'll see benefits in just a few days. Allow me to explain what it is and why it could be the most significant item you put on your plate this week. The first vegetable is the circulatory booster, the beet. I remember meeting a patient named Gerald when I was in my 30s. With hands like sandpaper and a voice like gravel, he was 64, a proud father of 4, and had spent his entire life building houses. However, he didn't come to talk about work or previous injuries that day. He continued, leaning in and speaking softly. "I just don't feel like a man anymore, doctor. The fire seems to have gone out." You wouldn't believe how often I hear that phrase. In fact, most men who come into my office expecting a miracle pill or a testosterone injection are surprised when I tell them what I'm about to tell you. For the most part, it's not their hormones holding people back, it's their circulation. Everything slows down in the absence of adequate blood flow. Your vitality diminishes, your erections weaken, your thoughts become cloudy. You start to feel like a much smaller version of the person you once were. But a natural remedy has been lurking in plain sight, yet ignored. It's not expensive, it's not processed, and no prescription is required. Beets are a humble vegetable you've probably seen 100 times. They are one of nature's most potent sources of nitric oxide. The natural nitrates in them are transformed by your body into nitric oxide, which widens blood vessels and improves circulation from head to toe. And everything changes when blood flows more smoothly. The strain on your heart decreases. More oxygen reaches your muscles. In fact, your effectiveness in the bedroom begins to improve, frequently faster than men anticipate. I remember mentioning this to Gerald. At first he laughed. "Are you suggesting a vegetable can remedy what Viagra couldn't?" Smiling, I advised him to wait a week. For 7 days, he would drink a small glass of beet juice in the morning or add half a cup of cooked beets to his lunch. No medication, no pressure, just try it. 2 weeks later, he returned and sat down smiling. He replied, "My wife told me to thank you, but I don't know what's in that stuff, doctor." It's not an uncommon story. Numerous studies have shown that beets, especially for men over 60, can improve vascular health, reduce blood pressure, and increase stamina. You don't have to completely change your diet, a single easy addition every day. They can be juiced, boiled, or roasted. They become part of your recovery when you add a little lemon and a touch of salt. You're back with the man you know. I also want you to keep this in mind. Improving blood flow doesn't just make you feel better, you live a better life. Walking becomes easy. Climbing stairs isn't a chore. It means more holding your partner's hand. Your body doesn't drag during the day. You're once again leading with strength. That's the main point of this power and performance, not just stamina, but the soul. And something as basic as beets is the first step toward that which fuels your inner fire. Therefore, if blood flow is the foundation, what gives you the motivation, self-confidence, and the quiet power that endures over time? Hormones are the answer. Another underestimated vegetable has been subtly raising men's testosterone levels for years. We need to give it the attention it deserves. I'll show you the second vegetable. The second vegetable is the hormone helper, spinach. The day Martin walked into my office will always be in my memory. 68 years old, sharp intellect, as witty as ever. But the sparkle in his eyes had dimmed. He commented, "Doctor, I feel like I'm fading. I'm not depressed, not me. I'm exhausted when I wake up. I don't feel like doing anything. My fire is gone, but my body is here. It's gone." It takes courage to be that honest. Furthermore, Martin wasn't aware, like most men, that testosterone, a potent hormone, is often related to this gradual decrease in male vigor, drive, and desire. Now, I'm not talking about harsh therapies or bodybuilder testosterone. I'm talking about your inherent levels, the quiet power that gives you energy to face life, emotional stability, and clarity in the morning. The problem is that testosterone levels begin to decline after 60, subtly, usually not dramatically. Silently, you'll barely recognize the man in the mirror after a while. But here's the good news. Hormone assistance doesn't require injections or dangerous treatments. Sometimes you just need to make a change on your plate. And spinach is where that change begins. Yes, your greatest ally now is the same vegetable you might have dismissed as a child. Magnesium, which is abundant in spinach, is essential for the body to release bound testosterone. It's not possible to use testosterone when it's bound, but eating foods rich in magnesium, like spinach, naturally increases your levels of free testosterone. Better mood, increased energy, improved attention, and a greater sense of self are all results of this. And there's more. Folate, which is abundant in spinach, promotes the health of your blood and nerves. Just like beets, it contains plant-based nitrates that improve circulation. And furthermore, it's one of the few foods that supports the prostate, a gland that is closely related to the balance of male hormones and sexual activity. I remember telling Martin to start easy. 1 cup of spinach every day. Please add it to a smoothie, mix it with your eggs, or sauté it with olive oil and garlic. He raised an eyebrow. "Is that all?" I nodded. "That's all. But do it every day. Your body remembers the feeling of strength. All it needs is the right signal." He returned 3 weeks later. His eyes were sharper. He straightened up more. He commented, "I've been walking more, doctor. My sleep has improved. I even resumed flirting with my wife. I feel alive, but she's not sure what's happening to me." When used with determination, spinach can achieve that. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, yet it works. Not because it's magic either, but because it provides your body with what it's been lacking. We're told to have lower expectations as we age, to accept tiredness, discomfort, and deterioration. But your hormones don't have to collapse. I'm here to tell you, by supporting them in a natural and gentle way, by giving your body what it once had, the ingredients that support masculinity from within. Another vegetable manages the external fire, while spinach helps rekindle the internal fire, the one that gives you energy, strength, and mobility from dawn to dusk. It's not red, not leafy, but it holds the key to endurance, blood sugar regulation, and sustained vitality. In fact, many men report that it improved their mood in just 3 days. Let's talk about it. The third vegetable is the endurance engine, the sweet potato. Charles was one of my patients a few years ago. He was 71, a retired firefighter, incredibly resilient. But I could tell he was carrying a burden when he sat in front of me. He said, "Doctor, I'm not tired because I'm lazy. I'm tired because I can't seem to get my energy back, no matter what I do. I try to walk more and eat less, but by mid-morning, I feel like I'm running on empty." It's not an uncommon story. In fact, it's one of the most common complaints I hear from men over 60. Emotional exhaustion in addition to physical exhaustion. The feeling of dragging that makes it harder and harder to push your body uphill every day. And age frequently isn't the only factor at the heart of the problem. It's the way your body uses energy. Most men aren't aware that blood sugar regulation begins to change around age 60. Mental fog, mood swings, abrupt crashes, and poor performance can result even from minor imbalances. And everything suffers when your energy levels drop. Intimacy, stamina, drive, and even the need to connect. But one vegetable helps stabilize all of that, even though it doesn't make headlines.